In April 2008 at the Alpine, New Jersey estate, Sean Combs physically assaulted me. This is Chef Jordan, his personal chef for 10 years. Diddy physically assaulted me. We got into a heated argument and I quit. Now keep in mind, there's another chef that Diddy had, I believe, after this girl quit, that sued him because he was having her serve him during freak-offs. And I think Diddy actually settled with her, but she was suing him for having to serve him during freak-offs. And back then, all she kept saying was, oh, I had to serve him while he was in the nude with a bunch of his guests. So Diddy, his private chef, saw a lot. Anyway, right? We got into a heated argument and I quit. This enraged him. He kept saying I couldn't effing quit on him. As I was walking out the house, he was following me, screaming and cursing and berating me. Once the door was open, Sean used all of his might to push me out the door. I went flying and ended up on my elbows and butt. Why? Because, hey, how are you, Mama? Hey.
If you need me, you got my number, right?
Yes, definitely.
I'm gonna make sure when because Nick, whatever her name is, was trying it. I said,
see you, Mama. Thank you. I'll see you in court. Yes. Okay. So anyway, right? They kept saying sorry. So she said that he pushed her down the steps and she flew and landed on her butt and elbows. But why? Because there were 2 steps to get up into the house. And so it was a pretty hard fall. I called the police but hung up. I called HR and told them I was going to sue them. HR told me that I would be blackballed and my career would be over if I sued them. They said that Sean had the power to blackball me and in my career. And this is when I just started. I chose my career and I stayed quiet. I left for a few months, but I was asked to come back. I was assured this would never happen again. That Sean, I keep saying Sean Carter, it's Sean Combs. Every time I see SC, because she keeps putting SC, I just keep thinking Sean Carter, but it is not, in fact, Sean Carter. It is Sean Combs. Sorry. I keep saying the S. I'll call him Diddy. Let me stop saying Sean. And that's the only Sean I know. Well, not know, but recognize, right? Anyway, right? They said that Diddy had the power to blackball me in my career when it just started. I chose my career and I stayed quiet. I left for a few months, but I was asked to come back. I was assured this would never happen again. That Diddy would apologize and that they would find help so I could get days off. HR said that they would look at budgets for a pay increase. At this time, I was only making $65K. I wasn't working after I left, so when they called, I went back. He apologized, but none of the other things ever happened. In 2008, 2009, hold on really quick. Hold on. One second. Hold on, I'm getting an update on the case. One more second. Hold on, getting an update about the case. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Check your messages. Check your messages now. Yeah, bye. Okay, just got an update. We'll see if it pans out. But they are saying that Diddy's team is very worried, and there is something saying that Diddy's team actually might be running out. Well, Diddy might be getting a little bit cash poor, and there's going to be something. Listen, I can't say anything right now, but you'll see in a second. I'll tell y'all at lunch, because by that time, it'll be cool. Anyway, let's get back into Chef Jordan, because it was just getting real. Hold on. Chef Jordan's statement. Let's get back into you. It's a long, hold on, I just lost the statement. 1 second. One second. I lost it. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to get it back. Let's go into... One second. So anyway, how y'all doing today? Hold on, let me be serious. I just lost the statement. Let me get it back. So anyway, this is Chef Jordan. She's detailing how she saw Diddy beat Cassie And on top of that, she saw the beginning of Cassie's relationship where he got her high out of her mind and literally was trying to take advantage of her. Then she then said she finally got fed up with Diddy and she quit. And Diddy physically assaulted her, but then he did even more than that. Where are you? Okay, we found her statement again. Where we last left our beleaguered heroine, right? She said, I'm quitting. He's like, you ain't MFing quitting. She's like, I'm quitting, I'm done. She tried to go out the house. When she was leaving the house, he pushed her off the steps. She flew down 2 steps and landed on her elbows and her arms on the ground. And anybody knows that when you fall off the steps, that's just a hard fall, okay? She then called HR. HR told her that you better shut up. He's gonna blackball you. He's gonna apologize, all this other stuff, right? They said, Diddy apologized, but none of the other things ever happened. They said in 2008, hey, how you doing? They said in 2008 and 2009, right? They said Genevieve called the office, that's the HR person, right? And went to the kitchen phone to call 911. I was told to hang up and they would send his private doctors over. I was told to leave. The incident was minimized. HR said that Diddy had a reaction to his prescription meds and alcohol. I told AR I knew what a blank was and I left it alone. So she's implying, I think it sounds like she's saying she saw Diddy, but I left it alone. Diddy had some of his prescriptions added to my prescription pickups a few times in Miami, so he was using her as a drug mule. Both these incidents were examples of how I assume rich people do things, so that the public doesn't find out their personal business, not understanding that some of this was illegal. In 2009 in LA, I was informed by Diddy security, Roger Bonds, that Diddy had, here we go, listen, that she had brutally beat Cassie and that Roger Bonds thought Diddy was going to kill Cassie. I was shocked as Roger Bonds detailed the beating. He said that Diddy was punching her in the head and stomping her outside the car. At one point, Cassie ran from the car. Hey, how are you, sir? I'll see you up in court. They said that at one point, Cassie ran from the car and was dragged by Diddy through the concrete back into the car. Genevieve, the assistant, was in the car. She was trying to break it up too. Roger Bonds was concerned about Genevieve and said that she was hyperventilating. Roger Bonds asked to check on Genevieve. When I went to check on Jen, she acted like she didn't know what I was talking about. So I left it alone. I went back to my post in the kitchen. Sean Combs came screaming and cursing into the kitchen, saying, Chef, why are you in my MFing business? What goes on in my relationship is my MFing business. I will effing end you if you tell anyone. Now, isn't it funny? That's what Dawn and everybody else said. It makes me think they were telling the truth because this is Diddy's thing. I will end you. I will effing end you. Oh, look, here comes Nicole Westmoreland. Hold on. There's Nicole Westmoreland, Hell's favorite lawyer. Here's Nicole Westmoreland, right? There we go. There's Brian Still. There you go. Okay. So there you go. They're asking if they're nervous. The legal team is coming. Let me get through this victim statement so I can get in court. Hold on really quick, right? Anyway, right? They said, okay, he said, I will effing end you if you tell anyone. I took this to mean he would kill me. And that you better not tell anyone in the office earlier. It made me realize HR told him I called them about the incident in Miami with Amanda. Up at that point, every time I hear Amanda, I'm like, hi, I'm Amanda. Anyway, right? Okay. I took this if you kill me, blah, blah, blah. Which made me realize HR told him I called them about the incident in Miami. Up to that point, I didn't know that HR told him about me reporting the Miami incident. I believed then that he would murk me if I told anyone he was beating Cassie. So I remained quiet. LF, thank you so much. And also, yeah, hi Amanda. Okay. A day or two later, his assistant Genevieve and I took a bag to Cassie to the London hotel. I saw bruises on her face and arms. We never discussed it. I acted like nothing had happened. Over the course of my time working with Sean Combs, I saw hotel rooms be set up with lights, sheets, baby oil, and Astroglide. 997 said, OOTA, the troll was talking bad. Wait, I gave him doesn't matter. I gave him the no that. Thank you, Nana. And you're like, girl, I'm in Belgium. Do what you want. Anyway, right? Anyway, right? I saw Cassie bruised on other 2 occasions, blah, blah, blah. Sean Combs weaponized food, sleeps, and breaks, okay? He was mentally and physically abusive. I saw Cassie bruised on 2 other occasions in Miami and LA, but I never questioned it. I dare not ask either, okay? I always assumed it was freaky things going on, but I never knew the extent. I saw Sean Combs yell, scream, berate staff, artists, employees, and girlfriends, okay? He weaponized food, sleep, and breaks. We were not allowed breaks. We often snuck in to eat. I would sneak food to feed the staff. I got cursed out if I was asked to go home for the day. I wasn't allowed to leave for the day unless he said I could. As I type this, my heart breaks for my younger version of myself. I saw Sean Combs create a drug-fueled environment for artists, executives, and his girlfriends. I saw the aftermath of Smex binges in New York, New Jersey, Miami, LA, and the Hamptons. I believe that heavy drug use was coercion in order for him to get his way with his participants. He was using drugs with Cassie on day 1 in their consummation. I'm not sure you could ever be a willing participant under those circumstances. Exactly. The drug use was far beyond recreational. Diddy was also having a sexual relationship with, and they blocked that person out. I don't know who they talking about. Hold on really quick. What's going on? Oh, just on live. What's up?
I was gonna ask if I could get a real quick interview. I don't know if you remember me.
I do remember you.
I just wanted like a 50-second interview. It wasn't gonna take that long.
Oh yeah. I'll be off live in just like a few minutes.
All right,
yeah, so if you're
perfect.
around,
Thank you.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
perfect.
great. Thank you.
Emmy Nash, thank you so much for the super chat. And also Goldie526, thank you so much. Okay. That was me. Sorry guys. My stand is like, sick of you. Go home. My stand is sick of me. I work it too hard. Okay, hold on. What's going on? Oh, there we go. There was a thing and a thing. All right, so anyway, she says that she believes that there is no way Cassie could have consented. She believes that there was no way. Hold on. He believes that there was no way that Cassie could have submitted because at the end of the day, how can you consent when you are high out of your mind? All right, let's take it back to Chef Jordan. She tells one more horrific thing that happens. She said, oh, this is good. Listen to this. Oh, she said that Diddy was having a sexual relationship with and put blank, which to me was an added layer of control. Someone in her innermost circle keeping tabs on her and also keeping secrets from her, weaponizing her most coveted friendships. And I'm not sure Cassie ever knew about this betrayal. Over the years, I witnessed all of its assistants break down, and they each started abusing drugs or alcohol in order to get through the day. David started using drugs. That's David James. Genevieve, I'm not sure, but after the 2009 beating in LA, blank, she left not long after that. I would binge drink when I was told I had off and smoke weed to calm my nerves. My therapist would say I was self-medicating with the weed. On March 20th, 2024, the feds showed up at my door in Atlanta. This is the witness tampering. I was terrified and I refused to speak to them without a lawyer present. I was served with a grand jury subpoena before they left my home. By April 4th, Diddy knew I was contacted by the feds. Even though I had not testified yet, this terrified me. By April 11th, Diddy's lawyer, Aaron Driver, left a voicemail stating that they knew I was contacted by law enforcement and that Sean Combs wanted to offer to cover my legal fees. See, I guess he gave everybody the deal that Daphne got. I did not respond. Immediately, I called my lawyers. They instructed me to disregard it. They said they would send out a cease and desist. On April 15th, Aaron texted me about the voicemail and stated in text that they knew I was contacted and reiterated that Diddy wanted to cover my legal fees. I was terrified because I didn't know what was going on. I felt like my life was in danger. On April 17th, 18th, my Cadillac was broken into. My alarm system was tripped. All my personal identifying paperwork and my glove compartment was taken out and neatly placed on my passenger seat. All the contents in the middle console, which had a knife and jewelry, were also laid out on that seat. The only thing stolen was my dog hold on. My dog is like my child, okay? Hold on. She said my dog is like my child. I took this as witness tampering and intimidation. In my mind, this was a clear threat. So I called the police and filed a police report. I stated to the feds that were in my house 2 weeks prior that I believe this was intimidation, okay? Look who we have. Look who's coming. Hold on. Y'all see this man?
Good morning.
Look, Mark Agnifilio.
How is Diddy? Is he nervous
Right
today?
there.
You know what? We'll talk after.
Yana! There goes Mark Agnifilio. Okay, so we'll go. It's almost time for me to go back in court, but let me just finish this because this is getting good. So she said that her car was broken into, everything was laid out neatly, even knife and jewelry. My dog is like my child. I took this as witness tampering and intimidation. In my mind, this was a clear threat. I called the police and filed a police report. I stated to the feds who were at my house 2 weeks prior that I believe this was intimidation because the person at the center of the case didn't want me talking. I didn't have proof that this was Sean Combs' doing, but I firmly believed that it was him. He was sending me a message letting me know it was how easy it was to touch me if he wanted to. By the time I was being asked for months to be a part of the documentary by Sean Combs, and I kept declining. I decided after Sean Combs made contact with me through his lawyers that I would do the documentary as a form of protection for myself in case anything more happened to me. I wanted it on record that he assaulted me, and I knew the brutal 2009 assault of Cassie Ventura Fine, which is detailed on page 14 of her new lawsuit against him. Sean never denied the 2009 assault. He just threatened to end me if I kept silent. I took it as he would kill me. I accepted he might have killed me for my participation in the doc. Even now, and I believe he could still blank me. After the 2016 brutal beating of Cassie was released, I realized that our collective silence only emboldened Sean Combs. He didn't get help. He didn't stop. He just got worse. The fact of the matter is Sean Combs is an abusive maniac. He doesn't just physically, mentally, or financially abuse and exploit his girlfriends, but he does it to his staff as well. He has spent decades abusing almost everyone around him, unchecked. So many of us just wanted to create our dream careers, and Sean had us living in a nightmare. Reliving this all has been extremely traumatic. Seeing him essentially get off of the most serious offenses, terrifying. This was a miscarriage of justice, in my opinion. For him to now say upon his release he wants to become a DV counselor is truly sick. Him and his legal team should be ashamed of themselves. This PR media tour his legal team is taking just further proves how much Sean Combs believes himself to be above the law and that he has no remorse for the hurt he has caused any of us. Cassie said he raped her. Mia said he raped her. I believe he's a serial rapist. We are both supposed to testify, but were ultimately removed from the last minute. Now, she blanks out somebody else's name, so there was I actually think, I wish that they had just waited a little longer and held out and brought more witnesses up. But I think what they thought was that Diddy's team was going to have witnesses and they were going to have like people there. And I think they didn't want the trial to go so long. And then Diddy's team faked them out and said, never mind, we're not bringing anyone in. They said Sean Combs likes to weaponize fatherhood, his children, and comporter. When in reality, she blanked that out. Where were his kids while he was a menace to society all these years? Sean Combs is a billionaire, not a street-level pimp. He chose to use drugs to coerce women into becoming his own personal sex slave. He used those recorded sexual escapades to hold over their heads to keep them in check. He used his staff to get rugs, to facilitate and cover up crimes. He kidnapped Capricorn Clark at gunpoint. He was going to blank Kid Cudi. These things really happened. It's sick how it's all been minimized. Nothing what any of us endured was normal. The RICO was there the whole time. Sean Combs got away with it. Instead of being satisfied that he essentially got off, he chose to let his ego keep driving him. Instead of being thankful, he and his team have decided to make a mockery out of his victims in the judicial system. It is for these reasons I believe Sean Combs should get the maximum sentence available. I don't believe he can ever be rehabilitated. He is a master manipulator. I don't think he would be allowed to live in I'm sorry, I don't think he should be allowed to live in New York City, New Jersey, LA, or Miami. He should have to relocate to the middle of nowhere, far away from the places he preyed on and harmed so many people. Not only do I fear for my safety, I fear for all witnesses that participated in this case. I know Sean Combs to be a very dangerous and spiteful man with a long memory and a panache for payback. Thank you for your time and consideration. Sincerely, Chef Jordan. You guys, that was a letter. That was that was a letter. That was a letter. And again, I love the way she gave testimony. I love the way she gave testimony. Joel said, hey, thank you. You nailed your big story day after day. Diddy's worst day is just one of your best days. What's the next big scoop? There's so much going on. There's a David case, but also don't forget that there's another guy that got arrested for Diddy-like crimes. There's a few cases going on. I think I'm going to do a deep dive into a podcast.